Frickin' hell, it's so heavy this.
Look at these tiny weights.
They're pathetic. Oh man, we are not made for this.
No, we're not. Look at the size of the weights.
No, okay, I can do this. Okay, I'm feeling good now.
Come on. Go on. Go on. Yeah, come on.
Oh, that was kind of close. Nearly had that. That's so light. I can't do it. It's your turn, Magnus.
Okay, I'll try it. Ooh.
It's like this is the way to break a wrist.
Oh!
And it looks so light too. Look
I know. It just shows why crack climbing's hard. As soon as you put a jam on something. Come on, come on. Oh, that was close. I think you can do it.
Yeah, I think you can do it.
Okay. Good, good, good. Come on. Oh yeah. Absolute peace.
Oh, that was so much harder than I thought it would be. And scary too.
You haven't broken anything, have you?
I have not.
Come on.
Good.
Come on. Come on, Pete. Come on, man. Yeah! Oh.
Wait, wait. Come on, come on, come on.
Come on, nice. Yeah!
Good effort.
Let's go inside and do some real crack climbing now.
I realised the other day that this bit of my hand, the skin on it, I can try and grab the same amount over here and it's just like paper.
Yeah, mine's got really thick there.
Scar tissue.
Yeah.
Should we get started?
Yeah. We are going to take you on a little tour of crack climbing techniques. And that is going to be all the way through from kind of quite thin and you can't quite fit your hand inside of the crack, all the way up to pretty wide where you're getting half of your body in the crack.
Okay.
So the full spectrum.
And what do we start with?
We're actually going to start simple. Start on the hands.
Okay.
And then you basically your hand jam is your staple to any crack climbing diet. So we want to start with the hand jam and then we build off that. So the first thing with your hand jam, the first thing with any body part when you put it in the crack, you want to make it as thin as possible. Yeah, because the important thing is you want to get as much in there as you can. So how I always say it is make an L shape like this, and then you can slot it nicely into the crack. See, the thing is when you move your thumb anywhere, you'll see this bit gets a bit bigger. And that's going to prevent you getting your hand in, essentially. So making your L shape, and like the push and wiggle, as I was saying before.
Push and wiggle, yeah.
And then when it's in the crack, you want to do two things. So you're moving your thumb towards your little finger, and then pushing your fingers across the edge here. Thumb first, and then fingers across. That kind of forms your basic hand jam, pretty much. And then the second way you can do it, so we have thumbs up and thumbs down, so you can do it both this way up and thumbs down. So when you do it thumbs down, you want to, exactly the same, putting it in, thumb and then fingers, and then we want to just drop our elbow down, so then it becomes nicely in line with the crack. It's important with crack climbing to keep everything in line, like your arms in line, your legs in line. So that's the basic hand jam. The same sort of principles apply for the feet. So you're making your foot as thin as possible. You want to turn your foot sideways like this, and then you want to be slotting it into the crack sideways. And the important thing with the feet is, or a lot of kind of mistakes people make, is they go toe down like this, whereas actually you want to go toe in, because you can see you get like much more rubber in the crack. And then it's this, you know, same principles. You want to bring your leg up in line with the crack, and that essentially twists your foot in. What a lot of people do is they'll see there's there's not very much room there to put their other foot. And what they'll tend to do is drop their leg back like this, and then their foot will end up slipping down.
Yeah.
But what you want to do is bring your knee up, and then bring your knee out. So you have your legs still in line with the crack, but you can slot your other foot in.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay, just show us. That's great. Or Tom, do you have anything else that we should know?
I'd say the only thing for me that also really helps with the hand jamming, that makes a big difference, is that when you put your hand into the crack, you want to go all the way up to the wrist. So if you get to that point there and it feels pretty good, it's okay. Yeah. But if you just go that extra bit further and your wrist goes all the way in the crack, it'll make it feel, well, significantly better.
Okay.
That's the big thing for me that kind of makes a difference.
The hand crack, like climbing jugs.
Yeah.
That's why me and Tom do it.
You make that look so easy.
You're going to make it look easy in a second.
Yeah, you'll be
with the technique. So I'm going to show you a slightly different version, which is where you go in the crack and you've got one hand with the thumbs pointing down and the other with the thumbs pointing up, and it just means that you can always lead on one hand to the top, and we call this swimming technique. And then when I move that bottom hand up, I'm immediately going nice and high and straight with the top hand. Nice and high with that top hand. Nice and high. So really rest off that top hand. Keep the arm really nice and straight. And so on.
So keep everything in line. Legs, arms, thumb in.
Yeah.
And at the same time push with the fingers.
Nice and deep in the crack each time as well. Yeah, good.
Nice.
Come on.
That's not so easy though. Okay,
Before
right.
it's actually in there, so you have to, you know,
make the L shape.
Yeah, make it thin, get it all the way in, and then execute the jam.
Okay.
You're sort of going like this.
Right.
Yeah, and it's hanging out the crack. I would say the most important thing is your thumb.
Okay.
So you can see, like, when you put your hand in the crack, if I get it good, and I'm using my thumb, I can actually hang on the jam see, without engaging my fingers.
Right.
As soon as I take my thumb out, then you're off. The thumb is the important bit, but then that gives it support. So that feels a lot better.
Yeah.
But if I try, I mean, I can nearly hang off that, but I do that and I'm out.
Do you want to try the swimming technique? Yeah, nice.
Nice. There we go, that's much better. You actually got your hands inside the crack this time.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah.
That's way better.
So much easier that time. But it was your advice, like going into the crack with the L shape, the straight, that really helped me. It's crazy what technique does.
It's all in the technique.
All right, let's move on to the next track.
The next up is going to be thin hands technique, and this is when we have a crack where we can't put our hands fully into the crack for a hand jam. What happens is that when you try and put your hand in the crack, you can't get your thumb in, and your thumb is really useful for that jamming because we can bring it across and expand our hand. So what we end up having to do is rely on this action here of our hand in the crack, and then we have one more trick that will really help us, which is that with the top hand in the crack, is that we enter with our thumb first. So the thumb is the really useful part in the crack. So why don't we turn our hand to face inwards and that thumb goes in first. So that top hand, thumb in first. Bottom hand, a bad jam, it's not very good, but you squeeze really hard with the fingers, but you keep advancing the top hand. Little shuffle. Top hand, thumb in first. Little shuffle. So you see I don't cross my hands at all. Always lead with that top hand.
When Tom was climbing it, he put it in and then sort of dropping the heel slightly, because this part of our foot here, with rock shoes on, is slightly thinner than this part here. So it's easier if you put your toe in and then drop your heel, so that essentially this part is going in the crack. And then we're doing the same thing with twisting our knee up. But you just get more boot in the crack, essentially. If you were training, then doing it like this way up for the cellar is good, because you get that, like what Tom was saying, with pressing with the fingers. This way you have to squeeze quite a lot.
Come on.
Yeah, this way is, I would say, good training for the cellar. Good.
Yeah, it was surprising actually. But the swimming technique feels a lot easier for me. My fingers feel sore though from doing this move, because that's not something I'm used to.
No.
Now I'm gonna do hand over hand.
Sit start.
Sit start.
Yeah, go big.
Yeah, go big. Go big.
Okay, okay.
Go big. It's good practice. Good
Okay.
practice.
Nice sandbag feet.
Yeah.
Come on. Yeah, good.
Come on.
I was trying to go fast there.
That's good, you're getting the hang of it.
Yeah.
A little bit like this, yeah.
Yeah.
Just so you're getting this bit's wrapping around the edge.
Yeah.
Just so you're not
Okay. Like crimping.
crimping the edge. Yeah.
Try the next one.
Yeah, let's go fist.
Let's go this.
Bit wider. I think this is going to play to your strengths.
You think so? But this is a lot about the hand size, isn't it?
But it's also about burl.
Okay. Nice.
Fight.
Oh yeah.
Does it feel good?
Yeah, that feels good
It is.
actually.
Yeah. Feels bomber.
But it felt good in the cellar too. But it didn't. It felt good when I just held it, but when I put my weight on it, it didn't feel good anymore.
Yeah, it's looking good. Go on, flash it.
Come on.
Palm towards your palm in the way. So we do it with some weight on. You know, if the fist jam is quite baggy, then it's about pushing with these two fingers into your palm, so you get the expansion here. You can go thumb on the outside or thumb on the inside, but I tend to go thumb on the outside, because then it gives you the option of, if it's slightly wider, it gives you the option of moving your thumb around here, and then that makes it a bit bigger.
Let's compare fist size.
Could be quite similar there.
Similar, yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah. You're putting your foot in and then twisting your heel down, and then camming this part of your foot up into the crack, and then rubbing this part of your foot against this side of the crack.
Yeah.
And then your heel should be like pointing towards the ground, sort of like twisting in that motion.
Yeah.
And we can do the swimming technique as well. It's quite nice for fist jamming. Like, it's quite, my fists are quite big.
Come on.
Actually, I think I might just prefer to do that.
Not the swimming.
Not swimming, just because.
If you have smaller hands, maybe that's better.
Yeah, small hands, then I think the swimming would be better. But
Yeah. I'll try the sit start just to get more climbing.
Nice.
That's it. Come on.
Nice. Nice. So I think before we go on to the slightly bigger size, we should do a little intermediate practice.
Okay.
On here. And we can use a slightly different technique of going feet first and then using some double hand jams, which we call butterfly jams. And hopefully my slippers won't fall.
This is basically what Adam Ondra does on Silence, the world's hardest climb.
You should just go and try the crux at least of Silence. That'd be really interesting to see. Because it's like you have to jam like 1 foot in the crack or something and then come in, which hand is it? One hand.
So weird.
Maybe it's not that bad.
Maybe it's not that bad.
Something to think about.
How do I do it?
Yeah, I've never tried this one before.
I don't know. On site.
Mine's just a bit big for it.
Oh, that looks.
Ooh, what's this?
Wait, what's this?
Hello.
So awkward. Come on.
What are you thinking, Magnus?
I don't know if I should spot or do something, because it looks like if he falls, he's gonna really hurt himself.
It's dangerous, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks like it. Come on.
That's the next size up. Hand jumps that you learnt in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, same principles. And then,
Not like that.
not like you're praying. So you always want palm to the outside of the crack.
Yeah.
And then stick your feet. I would actually, yeah, just go toe first into the crack because it's quite narrow, so they jump quite well. Yeah, there you go. And again, you can go. Yeah, good.
But how do you...
I would say you want.
When you take out your hands, you're basically hanging only off of your feet, right?
Yeah, you should be able to hang just off your feet.
Yeah, that seems hard.
Yeah.
Okay, so I should practice that
Yeah,
first.
you should practice that first, I would say. Yeah. So you should be able to go. But that's the right technique. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Ah, you got it.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is actually kind of fun.
Yeah. Of course it is.
It is.
Great.
It's like, I've been doing the same shit for 20 years, now I finally get to play.
Oh, that makes me happy hearing that. Yeah, that's it. I think he needs to tense his abs harder.
Yeah.
Okay.
Take the top off.
Actually, yeah, why haven't you taken your top off?
I don't know.
Do you know it gives you more power?
It does give me more power.
Yeah, and
when I really try hard, it's like a mental thing too. It's like a switch.
Yeah.
If I'm wearing a t-shirt, then I'm not really trying that hard. But yeah, top is gonna come off if I don't do it soon.
Yeah. Yeah, that's looking good.
That's it.
Nice. Nice.
Come on.
Come on, come on, come on. Yeah, good, 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 good. Come on.
It's like centimeter by centimeter.
That's it, good. Stick with it now.
Come on. Training lap. Keep it going. Keep it going. Good. Oh, good effort.
That was a good effort.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was good.
Oh, I tried really hard. Alright, but I think let's move on to the next one.
Yeah.
This was fun though.
Last task is going to be off-width size. What defines an off-width crack is that you can't use a hand jam because it's too wide. You can't use a fist jam, it's too wide. Now what you have to do is you have to start being able to stack body parts, get shoulders in, elbows in,
Head in.
knees in, head in,
Yeah,
everything. It's
anything.
like the worst size and probably the most technical and most challenging of all the crack sizes.
Yeah.
So this is like the daddy of all cracks. This one that we have here works with a hand jam on one side and a fist jam next to it. So this is a hand fist stack. So that means that we can create a jam with our upper body here. But the problem is how are we gonna let go of that to move it higher in the crack? So then we have to find a way of jamming our lower body in the crack so that we can take our hands off. And for that, what we're gonna do is place our knee as deep as possible in the crack, bring our toe outside the crack, and then sit down on that knee until we can jam it. So I'm placing it like this, and that jams me in the crack.
Yeah.
And then with my knee, nice and deep, I can take my hands off.
Wow.
So stack in the crack, knee lock. Then what we'll do is bring the stack up, put the knee a bit higher, bring the stack up higher, move the knee up again, and so on. When it gets a bit too wide, you may find your stack starts to feel really quite hard, so you'll have to open up that hand jam a lot wider.
Nice.
And so on. That's it, good. Yeah, good.
Knee sliding. Right.
Like that.
And you want your leg pretty deep in the crack. Like
Yeah.
really ram it in there.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
The
better.
technique, man. It's like
And it suddenly clicks, doesn't it?
so nice.
And then it works like a knee bar.
Yeah, it's
And you're like-
crazy.
Why could I not relax
Just-
before?
Yeah, and it should, you feel like it should be intuitive, but it's not. Like for me, it was, I wanted to keep my foot like that, but just shifting it from left side to right side made a huge difference for me.
Yeah.
All of a sudden I was able to hang without hands, so.
Maybe
All right.
we can try just one more thing, going feet first.
Feet first on this.
Yeah. We want to go with top foot this way around, so essentially going in heel first, like this, and then this foot toe in first, this way around. So you're in the crack like this. Then you want your palm facing towards you, and then your fist behind.
Okay.
Your feet should be camming in like this. And then you're just holding with the stacks, and then progressing the feet. Nice.
Yeah, nice.
Nice.
You've covered a massive amount of techniques now.
Yeah.
Like, that's a big day of technique.
So how would you suggest that people at home, how should they practice this?
How should they practice this?
Yeah.
They should get some of these volumes.
They should get some of the volumes.
That's how they
so-
should practice this. Yeah, so these they can just buy them through our website essentially.
Right,
Which is
right.
DIYboyz.com.
Yeah. And if you liked what you saw today, you should follow Tom and Pete on Instagram. Their Instagram names are here. And also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe. And we'll see you in the next video for the lattice test. I look forward to that.